Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about an important topic in economics called consumer equilibrium. We buy many goods and services to satisfy our wants, which is called consumption. And the economic agent who buys goods and services is called as a consumer. When a consumer buys any goods or services, his or main objective is to get maximum satisfaction from the quantity of commodities purchased by spending his or her income at the given market price, which is usually called as the consumer's equilibrium. As the resources are insufficient in relation to unlimited wants, a consumer has to follow some principles or in laws in order to attain highest level of satisfaction. Before going into the topic, we must understand the two types of utility. The first one is the total utility, which is the sum total of satisfaction a consumer derived when a certain number of units of a particular commodities are consumed. And the second type is marginal utility, which means the addition of total utility from the consumption of one more unit of good. It is a matter of common observation that as we get more and more units of commodity, the intensity of our desire for the commodity tends to diminish. The law of diminishing marginal utility also explains the same thing. It states that as we more and more units of commodity are consumed, marginal utility derived from each successive unit goes on diminishing. And the law can be explained with the help of example. Suppose a thirsty man drinks water. The first glass of water he drinks will given him a maximum satisfaction, which means utility. The second glass of water will also fetch him utility, but not as much as the first one. So it is possible that may get zero utility from the third glass because his thirst has been now satisfied. Now we are going to discuss an important term, budget line. A budget line graphically represent all possible combination of two goods which a consumer can buy with his entire income at a prevailing marketing prices. Anywhere on the budget line, consumer is spending his entire income either on single or both the goods. A budget line changes when either the price of the goods or income of the consumer or both changes. And a budget line is negatively sloped because to buy more units of the good, consumer must buy less units of other good as the consumer income is fixed. So the slope of the budget line is also called as market rate of exchange because the two goods can be exchanged at this rate given the prices in the markets. So the next one is marginal rate of substitution, which is refers to the rate at which consumer is willing to give up amount of other good to obtain one extra unit of the good in question without affecting total satisfaction. So the rate of substitution of one commodity for another is called marginal rate of substitution. For example, if a consumer is willing to give up 6 bananas in order to exchange for 3 apples, the MRS will be minus 3 because he gave up 3 extra bananas for 3 apples. In this slide, we are going to see the consumer equilibrium changes in prices. The consumer choices of how much to consume of various goods depends on the price of the goods. If the price changes, the consumer equilibrium choices will also changes. The income effect takes account of how price changes affect consumption by changing the real purchasing power or real income of the consumer. As the increases in the price of the good reduces the consumer's real purchasing power, which means he or she reduces their expenditures. So this is called as income effect of the price change. For the conclusion part, And I like to conclude this topic with the importance of the consumer utilitarian. It enables the consumers to maximize their utility from the consumption of one or more commodities, and it also helps the consumer to arrange the combinations of two or more products on the basis of the consumer taste and preferences. And thank you all.